Okay, here's something else I wished I never did. I got a list. I like this piece. I have no regrets. You're a liar. You ain't been paying attention. Back during the, gosh darn, what's his name? The kid that shot the protesters. I can't think of the name. You know who I mean. During that trial, I want to say it's not Rainston. It's Kyle Rittenhouse. I don't usually get into stuff like this, but I was watching the Kyle Rittenhouse trial through the Rekieta Law channel, where you have this panel of attorneys watching it and just picking apart as it goes. On top of that, years back, I read a lot of John Grisham. It started there, but 2 years ago, I'm watching this Rittenhouse thing and all this stuff, and through that channel, picked up some other attorney channels I was watching, and then through that, picked up more. I was watching 6 or 7 different attorney channels where they talk about laws and lawyering and lawfare and court cases and all this kind of stuff, and learned a heck of a lot. I wished I never did any of that. And on top of that, I watched a lot of these guys, only a handful now, these guys that have been to prison and come out and they tell their testimony. There's a couple of real smart ones who have guests on that kind of tell you their situation. And it's one-sided, they're biased, they were criminals who got locked up. But hearing enough defense attorneys and retired prosecutors and all this kind of thing, I learned so much about the judicial system that I have zero faith in it. You either need to have a lot of money to defend yourself, but even if you have a lot of money, if you have a judge who is politically in opposition to you, you're done. You're done. Because there is just so much they can do to bury you under the jail. Something that I really wish I'd never picked up on any of this. I always thought there was, I always had faith in the FBI too. Shows you how foolish I am. But learning all this stuff as far as you could have a case, and at some point a judge says, no, you don't, go home. That's it. You're done. You could, another thing too is everything now, they try to stay out of court, they try to stay out of the trial, and they want you to plead in. But I'm innocent. Well, I'll take this court, I'm innocent. Well, if you lose, you'll do 20 years, 25 years. If you take the plea deal, you do 3.5. But I'm innocent. Dude, it ain't worth the risk. Your attorney says, take the 3.5. Happens all the time. Another crazy thing is the defense attorney is very limited in his scope of what he can do, what he can get away with. Parameters are really tight. But the DA, the district attorney, who stands in front of the same judge quite often and might even share the same tea time on Sunday, he can get away with murder. Prosecute can make it with some crooked investigators, whatever case, they can make up all kinds of stuff. And with a judge who's, let's say, sympathetic or might lenient towards the prosecutors, you're done. You're done. Like this guy says, you better take the plea because that's all you're going to get. But I really wished I didn't know any of this. It just exposed a lot of things. Maybe everyone knew this, but exposed a lot of things to me by people's testimonies and attorneys speaking up about this stuff and stuff they've seen and done and all this. And I'm like, wow, you really do not want to get locked up and deal with law. Get yourself in a courtroom or anything like that. Very depressing. Anyhow, love you, God bless.